What's going on, guys? Bringing you a new fantasy draft challenge video today. In this one, we're only going to be drafting players from teams that made the playoffs. I feel like I do this every year now, so kind of a tradition. If you guys enjoy these fantasy draft videos, leave that thumbs up. Now, as you can see, I'm actually using the Colorado Avalanche for this draft, just because if you guys missed my playoff prediction video, I had them win the Stanley Cup. So playoff players, I have them win the playoffs, so might as well use them. Obviously, overalls for this do not matter. Fantasy draft we turned on, but other than that, I think it's just going to be salary cap and computer trades. Now, salary cap, if you don't know, doesn't matter during the fantasy draft. It's only after the fact that it'll affect trades. Alright, guys, we're starting out drafting 9 here, which isn't too bad. We definitely get a superstar, but just for fun, I'm going to randomize it. Eyes closed. I would love to get like a top pick, because all the top players are in the playoffs. Did I actually randomize it? We still went back to 9. I open my eyes, I see us at 9. Hopefully I was clicking the right button. I'm just going to assume I am. If not, you guys can be making fun of me while watching this. But I can't remember if Columbus was picking first overall or not. So, at number 9, Pasternak just went at 8. Kane, Ovechkin, Crosby, Kucherov, McKinnon, Draisaitl, McDavid. For this, guys, I am using the latest roster update. Only difference is I have my created players added. I still have to go through and edit the whole roster to be how I want it. Huberdeau, Jack Eichel. I can't actually take Eichel. Buffalo's on the playoffs. Hedman, give us best D-man in the game. Matthews, he scores a lot. Marner, Panarin. Okay, I'm definitely going to take somebody that's 91 overall. Definitely a forward, I think. Hedman would be nice, but I probably can get some other defensemen. I'm thinking a game breaker would be Matthews, because he sometimes wins Maurice Richard. None of these other guys do, so if I'm scoring the most goals, I'm probably going to have the best chance of winning. Panarin I can't take either. He's on the Rangers. Yeah, we'll take Austin Matthews here with our number 9 pick. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. Get him some playmakers, maybe a power forward on that top line with him. Be sick to have a ton of chemistry. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring today's video. I've had a pair of their everyday E25 earbuds for over a year now, and I really enjoyed them. They come in a variety of different colors, such as blue, red, and black. As well, they come in at around half the price of other leading audio brand earbuds. If you guys have watched any of my videos for the past few months, you'll know. It comes in a very cool charging case right there. Open it up, it'll actually light up when it's charged. They also include a bunch of different sizes, ranging in size from extra small to extra large, so they should fit your ear perfectly, which is really important whenever you're on the go or just being active with these, whether going for a run or maybe just doing some chores around the house. You do not want these falling out of your ears. The summer just around the corner, there's going to be a lot more to do outside, so it's really important that these have a secure fit. As you guys can see here, they should not be falling out of your ears. I know actually just recently I've been using them a lot for chores around the house, whether I'm cutting the grass or just doing laundry even. It's really nice when you're doing stuff like that, not having to worry about a cord getting in the way. Now if you do find yourself out somewhere without a plug, you do not have to worry about these dying. They have great battery life. I believe it's 6 hours per charge. I also have seamless Bluetooth pairing, so I know whenever I put these in to record the video, I see it on my phone, it's already been connected. Also too, these are noise isolating earbuds, so if you're on a commute or whatever, you don't have to worry about the sounds from everyone else around you. And I mentioned it before, but these were co-founded by Ray J, and the NHL 20 legend Snoop Dogg is a huge fan of these. And on top of all that, they have a 45-day free return policy, so you guys can try these out today, risk-free. All you gotta do is click the link in the description box below, or go to buyraycon.com/TacTixHD to get 15% off your first order. Again, that's buyraycon.com/TacTixHD. Yossi just went there, round 2, to the Detroit Red Wings. Bergeron will give us a really nice second-line center. Could have just an insane 1-2 combo. Petrangelo we could also get, only 1 overall below Hedman. Kind of give us that workhorse number 1 defenseman. Bergeron might still be there next round. So I'm going to take Petrangelo. Like I said, give us a solid number 1 D-man. Now in terms of the goalies, I usually wait a little too long. So probably like round 7, round 8 I'll look. Giroux I cannot take, obviously he's a flyer. Wheeler could have some good chemistry with Matthews if we get a playmaker on that top line. Because of his age and everything, I think I'm going to take Bergeron here. Like I said, that should be a sick 1-2. I feel like Matthews would obviously be our power play guy. Bergeron can do second power play, plus all the PK. Weber also a pretty good defenseman. Letang, Taves we cannot take. Burns we cannot take. Seth Carlson, Teravainen, Voracek cannot take. Wow, so actually a lot of guys here we cannot take. Interesting. Okay, so Weber's also right-handed like Petrangelo. He'll probably still be there for a bit. Letang, I don't know how long he's going to be there. Teravainen. He can grow. He's got medium top 6 there. I'm wondering though, do we go with a guy like Slavin? Put him on the top pair with Petrangelo. They're both two-way defenders. They could get some really good chemistry. 26. I feel like he's a guy that won't be there as long. This is probably a weird pick at round 3, but I'm going to take Jacob Slavin. Hopefully that's the right pick. 86 overall. I don't think it's too bad. Fleury just won a pick before us. That'd been pretty nice. Round 5. Do I want a goalie here? I'm going to see who's available. Grubauer's still there. Varlamov. Okay, there's a lot of 86s. I'm going to wait at least another round here. Shea Weber's like the only top player we can actually take. Could also take Suter. A lot of defensemen there. Cannot take JVR. Could take Perron. Could still take Barry. Because it's a very good offensive defenseman. Usually, there's a lot of forwards left over. I'm going to take Tyson Barrie here. So, with him, like I said, really good, I think, on the power play. Kind of like how he played so well this year with McDavid and Draisaitl. Maybe you can do that with Matthews, although he was on Toronto only, last season. He was nowhere near as good as he's been with Edmonton. Pacioretty there, Perron. I like Pacioretty a lot. Perron's a two-way. Pacioretty's a sniper. In terms of goalies, Bobrovsky's still there. Because he's making $10 million, I think he might be there for one more round because they do have the salary cap turned on. I'm going to take Max Pacioretty here. I guess a sniper there on that second line with Bergeron. So Matthews, I think, still doesn't have any help. After we get a goalie, I'll probably have to, definitely get Matthews, a couple wingers. Bobrovsky's now gone. Interesting. Kudobin, I can't take. Ranta, I can't take. Allmark, I can't take. Means the next player I could take is Mrazek. Lundqvist, technically we could take because he is on the Washington Capitals, although he hasn't played a game. So I think at this point, yeah, definitely gonna wait a couple rounds to take Mrazek. Yandel there wouldn't be too bad. Same with Suter. Jaden Schwartz as well. And Suter is a defensive defenseman, so I think he might pair up really nice with Tyson Barrie on that second pair. Now this next pick, I definitely want to get a winger for Matthews. TJ Oshie's there. TJ Oshie would not be too bad. I think the rest of those guys I can't even take. Jason Zucker also not too bad. Palat I think's a playmaker. He is. Oshie's a two-way forward, so maybe I go Oshie, Palat here at the next couple picks. And then goalie after that. All right, Andre Palat's still there, so like I said, I'm going to take him. I think Palat, Matthews, Oshie's a pretty sick first line. Then you have Bergeron, Pacioretty, and somebody else on the second line. We have the top four D already, so even though we don't have as good a goalie, he's going to have a good defense in front of him. I think at this point we have to get a goalie. Lundqvist is still there. I mean, I think it's fair game. Washington's in the playoffs. He's signed to Washington, although he hasn't played a game for them yet. Is this too early to draft Lundqvist? I think 38 years old, 84 overall. Let's see what else we could get at this round. All these guys are not in the playoffs. That's kind of crazy. Chara is, though. Chara would give us a really nice guy on the bottom D pair. Hornqvist here, power forward. Could play him with Bergeron, Pacioretty. Potentially play him on that top line. Anders Lee's also power forward, but he's got a really good shot. He's injured, but he does play for the Islanders. I'm going to take Anders Lee here. I might even take Hornqvist with the next pick. Again, I'm trying to think chemistry now. Also, I'm trying to think when Lundqvist is going to get taken. All right, so Lundqvist is still there. I'm going to risk it because Halak's also there. We could take him in case. I'm going to take Hornqvist with the next one. Like I said, should just give us some good chemistry options for the offense. I'd like to have at least a couple lines plus 3. Obviously, that's huge for the sim, especially if it's like your first or second line. Now, next here, Zuccarello would also be pretty nice. He's a playmaker, I believe. Oh, how greedy do I want to get? I'm going to get pretty greedy here. I'm going to take Zuccarello because I think that fills out our top 9. Maybe we'd still need a third line center. I just looked at it. Yeah, we do still need a third line center, but that's pretty easy to get. Come on, Lundqvist. He is still there. Okay, 84 overall. Rene we also could have taken. He's only 1 overall below Lundqvist, but I do think it'd be pretty cool if we could actually win Lundqvist a Stanley Cup in the year he had to sit out. Now, next year, like I said, we need a third line center. Eric Stahl, Montreal Canadian. Playmaker. I think he's got some guys he could play with. Looking at everyone else there. Kaloran as well we could get. But we need a center, so let's go Eric Stahl. He's won a cup before, but why not try and win him one more? So all we need now is a 4th forward line, bottom D pair, and a backup goalie, which is kind of the perfect position to be in with the last 6 picks. Those are the things that matter the least. Chara's still here. I don't mind Chara at all in the bottom D pair. Could also probably play PK for us. Now, it was round 15, a little early to take him. Maybe due to his age, he's 84 overall. Like, you're really not going to get a high-rated guy like that late. Foligno would actually be a really nice 4th line guy. He's a 2-way forward. He can play center. He can play wing. I'm going to take Nick Foligno here. Obviously, he's on the Maple Leafs now. We'll see if we can go on a cup run with him. Goligoski there is on Arizona. Same with Demers. Stastny on the Jets. He's a center. We could just play him on the wing. Could be a pretty good player. Could also even be on our 3rd line, honestly. Depends how it shakes out. Thornton we can still get, though. Jeff Carter we can still get. We probably don't need to take Stastny now. Let's take a defenseman instead. Because we do need somebody to go with Chara. Coburn's on Ottawa. Strawman. Jensen here on the Capitals, former Red Wing. Let's take him. Pair him up with Chara. I'm not sure if he plays with Chara in real life. I don't think so, but they're going to be a bomb pair on our team. So, backup goalie, we can probably wait till the last pick. Depends. I'm going to take a look and see who's there, just because there's so many forwards. There's definitely a lot less goalies, especially ones we can take. Halak's still there. Same with Mike Smith. Dubnik, medium elite's a bit of a joke. So yeah, I'll take Halak. Gives us a really good backup option behind Lundqvist. Obviously, he's on the Bruins. So I'm looking at both Stastny and Thornton here. Stastny's got slightly higher defensive stats there. He's also better at faceoffs. He's going to be our fourth line center most likely, so makes more sense to take him. Now with the last pick, might go Jumbo Joe. Could go Jeff Carter. Obviously, I'm trying to basically just guess what's going to give us the best chemistry. Thornton's still there, so be a couple playmakers. Now, we already have Foligno and Stastny, who are a two-way forward and a playmaker. So, I think, even though I usually take Joe Thornton, I'm going to take Jeff Carter here. Because maybe, like I said, he'll give us some nice chemistry on that fourth line. Again, even depending on how it breaks down, I might be using him, higher up. And two, if you guys don't know, he was traded to the Penguins at the deadline. No longer on the LA Kings. So, I think that's a pretty solid roster we built there. Goaltending, as per usual in these fantasy drafts, definitely our weak spot, but hopefully it doesn't matter too much. Alright guys, so next we're going to show the lines for this team. Team stats there being Bayer is no surprise. We're probably one of the better teams in the NHL. And look at the chemistry bonuses we're getting. So we have Palat, Bergeron, Pacioretty as the top line, getting a +1. Really wasn't expecting that to be the first line. But the second line here, Hornqvist, Matthews, Zuccarello getting a +5. I could not break that up. So pretty sick. I actually was expecting Zuccarello and Hornqvist to both be on the third line, Matthews first line, but they came together on the second, got a +5, had to do it. Lee, Stahl, Oshie as a third line, the +1's very solid. And then Carter, Stastny, Foligno there get a 0. So couldn't have went Thornton over Carter as it turns out, but doesn't really matter too much. And honestly, doesn't even actually matter they're not getting a chemistry boost, as Coach here has ice time allocation at roll 3 lines. So really we're just going to be focusing on this top 9, which like I said is pretty sick. I can't wait to see just how well that second line plays. With the +5, Zuccarello's like an 89, Matthews a 96, Hornqvist also like an 89. So they should be pretty nasty. Defensively here, +1 on every single pair. And they turned out exactly as we expected. Slavin Pietrangelo there on the top pair. Barry Suter second. Chara Jensen bottom. In terms of goalies, Lundqvist, of course, is the starter. Halak there backing him up. Because it's so close in overall, the assistant coach should have Halak starting a decent amount of games. Now, the special teams here. First power play unit, we have Oshie, Bergeron, Matthews, Pietrangelo, Barry. So both D-man actually on the top unit. Because the second unit's all forward, and they get a +3. So Zuccarello, Stastny, Palat, Pacioretty, Lee. With the +3 actually makes them almost as good as that first unit. 4-man power play here. Matthews, Oshie, Pacioretty, Pietrangelo. So just 3 best forwards, best D-man. Bergeron, Zuccarello, Palat, and Barry. Obviously, Bergeron's got to be centering the second one. Give us those face-offs. If you guys don't know, I think he's got the highest or like the second highest face-offs in game there, 94, with ridiculous defensive stats. And as I mentioned when we drafted him, obviously have him on the first PK unit with Oshie, Pietrangelo, Chara. And then the second there, Foligno, Stahl, Slavin, Suter. The 3-man is, again, just him with Chara and Pietrangelo. The second is Foligno, Suter, Slavin. They get a -1, but hopefully it's not out there too often. So honestly, guys, like I said, looking at these lines, I think this team's going to be sick. It does kind of suck Oshie ended up on the third forward line, but he's got first power play units, first 4-man power play units, and first PK units. So should be fine in terms of getting him ice time. Also, too, if you guys are wondering about the captaincy, probably not who you expected. Most people probably think I would give Matthews a C, but I actually decided to go with 3 guys that are on the 3 last cup-winning teams. So Pietrangelo there is wearing the C as he has been a captain. Oshie wearing an A, and then Palat wearing an A as obviously Tampa Bay won the Cup last year. St. Louis the year before that for Pietrangelo, when he was actually on St. Louis still captaining the team. And then the Capitals, of course, the year before that. So that's how I did the letters there. I'll show you guys the overalls now, offense, defense, and goaltending ratings. I feel like, too, with Bergeron on their team, that's probably going to help with the defensive rating. So this team should be pretty highly rated here. 95 offense, 93 defense, 85 goaltending. Not too bad at all. I'm sure Leafs fans do not like the look of Matthews there in Avs jersey. But let's get started with the sim now, guys. Like I said, high hopes for this team. Alright, guys, this is kind of insane. So at the trade deadline here, we have a record of 41, 18, and 3, which might not seem that crazy, but in December, I remember as soon as like January started, New Year's Day, our record was 21 and 16. So I thought, no way, we've only lost twice in the last 2 months, at least in regulation, and that is the case. We lost there to Calgary 3-0. Rest of the games in January there you can see are all wins. Same goes for February. We have a shootout loss to the Islanders, regulation loss to the Boston Bruins, and then an OT loss to the Jets. But yeah, 2 regulation losses in the last 2 months. So in December, we were just barely above 500. I figured we'll probably be a playoff team. We're definitely not the dominant team I thought. Something clicked in the new year, and this team is just rolling. So hopefully we can keep that up now over the next month or so into the playoffs. Bergeron there, scoring leader with 56 points in 62 games. So not too bad. I am a little concerned, though, it's not Matthews or someone from that second line. I'm wondering if the +5 is worth it or not. I got to take a quick look here and see how that line's doing, because I feel like Matthews really should be up there. He's only 2 points back. Pacioretty 55, 1 point back. Interesting. So is it just ice time? Bergeron's got a lot, obviously, all special team time. Yeah, Matthews is only getting 17. Zuccarello, Palat. Wow, Hornqvist getting a +5. Only has 36 points. Don't like seeing that. Also, guys, in terms of the standings, I don't think I've shown it yet. We're first in the division there, 85 points. 14-point lead on the Blackhawk. Tied with the Lightning. And one behind the Ducks. Interesting. Look at this big trade, guys. Eric Gustafson goes to Florida in exchange for a first and third round pick. In real life, Eric Gustafson got traded for a 7th, I think. So that's how you know some of the ratings in this game are way off. And it's not the end of the regular season here, guys. We have a record of 55 wins, 23 losses, and 4 overtime losses. Saw the Lightning there at 112 points. What do we have? We have 114. So we beat out the Lightning for the President's Trophy. It'll let me switch there. Devils 95, Ducks 107. So we do win the President's Trophy. That's awesome. And Matthews did end up finishing as a scoring leader on this team. 77 points, 82 games. Was hoping to see him get at least a point per game, but I'm not going to complain with that. 45 goals as well. Good to see. Bergeron 72, Patre 64. Same with Pietrangelo. Way more points than I expect for him to get, honestly. Zuccarello 63, Palat 60, Leather at 56. He's a third line guy. Oshie 51. Barry 49. Forgot to mention too, I thought he was an offensive defenseman, which is why I picked Suter to pair up with him. I could have taken, say, Spurgeon instead. Barry's actually a two-way defender, which definitely needs to be changed. He should be an offensive defenseman. Hornqvist had almost 50 points there, getting the second line minutes. Although I don't think he's actually on any special team, not even like the second PK. So maybe I should have put him there. Still getting like 50 minutes a night though. Stastny had almost 50, and he wasn't really averaging much ice time. So yeah, most of these guys I think did well. Definitely more of like a committee field than just relying on certain guys. Lundqvist there definitely had more starts. 4 shutouts, .905, 2.64. Halak's stats there very similar. So overall, yeah, really can't complain about this team. You'd like to see maybe somebody break out, but as long as the team's winning, who cares? Kucherov 117 there on the Hurricanes. Kuznetsov 113 playing with them. Little Russian connection. It's always like a duo, it seems. I'm going to lead the league in scoring, especially in a fantasy draft season. Eichel 104, McDavid 101, McKinnon there, Malkin, Kopitar, Stamkos, Peterson. So yeah, we're not touching those guys. Now Matthews 45 goals. Wow. Line 54 on the Devils. McDavid's tore it up. Malkin too. Crosby actually went to Pittsburgh. I love when I see guys return to their actual team. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're winning many individual awards, but that's okay. Defensive scoring here. Wow. Yossi 75. Pietrangelo not even on the top page, or he actually is tied with the card, who was the last person. Rookie skaters, we don't have one. Kaprizov 73 points there on the Islanders. We'll take a quick look here at the standings just to see. We know we got first place, goals for, goals against, all that stuff. So we're second behind Tampa Bay, and goals against, and we had the best goals against. So Lundqvist, Halak, that duo will be winning the William Jennings Trophy. Now there's actually only 3 teams there with 100 plus points, which kind of makes sense. A fantasy draft obviously makes the league a lot more balanced, a lot more fair. So you're going to have less teams destroying, while you're also going to have less teams doing terrible, which you can kind of see here. Tons of teams, low 90s, high 80s. And it looks like there's actually, oh no, Vancouver squeaks in at the 19, last spot in the West. Yeah, you can see probably no team should be terrible. Worst team there, St. Louis, 69 points. I think that's happened before. Definitely not nice, but yeah, like 69 is not terrible. You can see everyone else there, 70s, then you start getting to the 80s. We've had seasons in franchise, I think, what, 2 ago, sorry. The Red Wings had like 28 points. It was pretty bad, but that was like some sort of glitch that happened. So we'll get started now, guys, with these playoffs. First round matchup with the Canucks, who, yeah, last in the West. That makes sense. So we'll see what that team's looking like. The fact that they're the 19th best team in the NHL. We won the President's Trophy. We're the heavy favorites, but it doesn't really seem to matter, I think, in these playoff sims. Aho, Tarasenko on the first line with Henrique. Interesting. Cousins there. Mangiapane, Nylander. They got a couple 370s. Hannafin, Fox. Okay, the rest of the D's meh. Goaltender, Varlamov's not too bad. So this definitely looks like a wild card team. Not a Stanley Cup contender by any means, but like I said, it doesn't mean anything. Colorado, Vancouver here. I feel like this is a good old Northwest Division matchup, if I remember right. And here we go. 4-3, first game loss. And 3-2 win at least. Second game, heading to Vancouver now. Tied up 1 apiece. 5-4 loss. And a 1-0 loss. We're down 3-1 to the worst playoff team. This is a joke. Oh my goodness. And like all 3 losses are by, I mean, our win was also only by 1 goal, but still, all 3 losses, 1-goal games, 4-3, 5-4, 1-0. Is this going to be all she wrote? Wow, and then game 5 they smack us 6-1. I don't get this game sometimes. Look at this, guys. We ended up losing to the eventual Stanley Cup winner, the Vancouver Canucks. They squeak in with the last spot in the West, the worst team in the playoffs, the 19th seed. It was just the 16 best teams in the NHL. They don't make it. And then they go on a Cinderella run and win the Stanley Cup. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I always like, whether it's my favorite team in real life or in this game, I like losing to the Stanley Cup winners. You can say, you know, we lost to the best team in the NHL. We played anyone else, we would have won, and we would have been there playing them in the final. So I guess, yeah, we had the Stanley Cup final matchup in the first round, as it turns out. Nashville there, win the lottery. St. Louis second, Detroit third. No one actually jumping up, which I like to see. I like the bad teams getting the high picks, but yeah, I don't know. Matthews, 5 points in 5 games in the playoffs. Can't really ask for much more than that from him. I don't know what happened. So I'll show you the playoff tree here. Canucks obviously beat us in 5, beat the Wild in 7, Flames in 5, and then the Devils there in 6. I do want to take a quick look actually at the playoff stats for the Canucks, which I guess to check that we could probably just check the entire league. I want to see, like, did they have somebody just go off for them? Tarasenko, Aho, both there, over a point per game by quite a bit. So they carried the team. Let's see, Varlamov's stats here. 0.92 to 2.44. They're good, but like they're not insane, not that much better than all the other goalies that had deep playoff runs. Awards next here. Stanley Cup. We didn't get the President's Trophy, which is nice, but let's hope to at least get the Stanley Cup. I don't think we'll have any player awards here, unfortunately. Kucherov, Art Ross also got the Hart Trophy, so we got both of those only 2 seasons ago. Pietrangelo, James Norris Trophy. Wow, interesting. He must have had a high plus minus that I missed, because he was like, what, tied for 9th or 10th in scoring in the league with Cale Makar. Kucherov, Lady Byng, Kaprizov, Calder, Aho, Conn Smythe, Demko, Vezina. I forgot, we did win the William Jennings Trophy, so that would have been something if we hadn't also won the Norris. I still can't believe Pietrangelo won it. Murphy there, Bill Masterton, Carolina coach Jack Adams. Taze there got the Selke Trophy. That is one we also could have won with Bergeron, but apparently not. Kucherov, Ted Lindsay, and then McDavid there, Maurice Richard. I'm actually surprised the Canucks coach didn't win the Jack Adams, but maybe in terms of like the ratings for the team, Carolina was actually the worst. So real quick, I just want to check Pietrangelo's plus minus. Plus 28, so yeah, not that crazy. And like I said, 10th in scoring in the NHL. So usually I feel like the Norris voters care mostly about points, but if it's a tight race, then they'll actually care about the defensive play. Apparently this year though, wow, look at that. Lots of minuses. Yossi minus 19, Hamilton minus 21. The best plus was Doughty with plus 12 and 70 points. Pietrangelo 64 plus 28. I guess, yeah, they just like that better. Wensky had an even better plus minus and only a couple less points, but I'll take it. We got a couple player awards there. We won the President's Trophy. So even though we were a first round exit, pretty cool to see the Canucks go on a Cinderella run there and win the Stanley Cup. And as we get guys for this video, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button, guys. Helps me out immensely. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.